This week was the release of the monster hunting title Wild Hearts by Koei Tecmo and Omega Force. They also went over the endgame systems for the action RPG. Covering what kimono hunters can expect in endgame includes pitting players against volatile kimono. After preventing an apocalyptic event from occurring, our hero can't quite hang up the bladed waxes just yet. The celestial threads used to power the Karakuri, as well as the very land itself, are still causing issues all around. Some of the massive kimono beasts have absorbed too much of this energy, bloating their powers even more. But with greater challenge comes greater rewards. Aside from the usual crafting materials to make your fancy new hat, volatile kimono will drop a new item called keystones. Once players have enough of these keystones, they can open up the way to even more powerful beasts, the deeply volatile kimono. Bosses will drop the strongest talismans in the game. These talismans confer extremely powerful passive abilities or stat increases and should be the end goal for any aspiring hunter. In order to get yourself ready and be your very best to slay a kimono, be sure to check out our Wild Hearts beginner guide. Here you'll find 7 essential tips to make the best of your monster hunting experience. Better yet, you can see us in action over on our Twitch channel as we'll be playing some Wild Hearts over there. Wild Hearts is currently available on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. If you want to know more about any of the news mentioned in this video today, you can check out the link in the video description below. Exciting news for Darkest Dungeon 2 fans! Red Hook Studios is bringing back the beloved Vestal from the first game in their latest update. Darkest Dungeon 2 is the sequel to the iconic gothic roguelike title currently in early access. The Suffer No Sin update is now available on the Epic Games Store. There are now a total of 11 playable characters in the early access version of the game. In the first title, the Vestal is armed with the offensive skill Judgment, while in the sequel, however, she brings a mix of defensive support options as well as flexibility. She can now unleash her wrath on faraway enemies, and her healing is now linked directly to her Conviction ability. As her Conviction grows, so does her ability to decimate foes with holy power, blessing those in combat to empower them in battle through her consecrations. Red Hook announced last week the sequel Darkest Dungeon 2 would be leaving early access on May 8th. The combat system in the second installment has had a significant shakeup mechanically, but still remains consistent with the first title. The 1.0 version will be hitting both the Epic Games Store and Steam on May 8th. It's no secret that Hoyoverse had great success with their title Genshin Impact. Their next title is a turn-based RPG called Honkai Star Rail, and it has racked up over 2 million in sign-ups as it draws closer to its launch. The game, which has had its final beta on February 10th, will be coming to both PC and mobile in future. The game is based on the Honkai universe with a similar art style to Genshin Impact, but follows a different combat system and gameplay design. The game is set in a sci-fi open world following a journey of trailblazers aboard the Astral Express. Tasked with assembling a team of fighters, players will use their special combat abilities to their advantage in tactical battles. Star Rail sets out to be a new entry in the Honkai universe, aiming to appeal to both new and old fans of the franchise. Currently there is no release date for Honkai Star Rail, but it will be released on PC, iOS and Android. If you don't want to miss out on bonuses, you can head to the official website and sign up for pre-registrations right now. 505 Games and Point Blank Games have announced the indie fantasy title Stray Blade will be coming to consoles and PC in April 2023. Playing as a rogue adventurer, you stumble upon lands of Akria that are inhabited by some not-so-friendly creatures. Here you'll have to survive, craft, and fight, hoping to restore the Worn-Torn Valley back to its more peaceful days. The game's unique changing world will have adventurers challenged at every corner and also leaving their own mark on the world. Going up against the God Kings will pit players in more dangerous battles. Armed with a range of weapons that can be crafted if needed, players will explore the fantasy landscape and return it to its former glory. No adventure is complete, however, without a trusty sidekick, and yours in Stray Blade will be Boji. This little companion will assist you with its own individual talent trees. As you progress, Boji will unlock more crafting options and will discover pieces of ancient lore. Stray Blade recently joined the closed beta phase on PC. The game is expected to launch on April 20th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. The Embracer Group recently released their Q3 2022 financial report, which shares that there are 5 games currently under the Lord of the Rings IP being developed. These titles are expected to launch sometime before March 2024. While it doesn't go into the exact specifics about which games these are, the ones that we do know about are the story-driven stealth game Gollum, the survival game The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, the untitled project under Weta Workshop, and the mobile collective role-playing game by EA called Heroes of Middle-earth. If these are the titles in question, that leaves one mystery title yet to have any details revealed. It's a wonder if any of them may fill the MMO-shaped hole that was left by the cancellation of Amazon's MMORPG. What kind of The Lord of the Rings game would you want? Let us know in the comments below. Marvel's Midnight Suns is set to introduce a new playable character, Venom, in its latest tactical RPG DLC. Releasing on February 23rd, fans follow Eddie Brock as he seeks redemption for his role in the game's main campaign. Although manipulated by Lilith for much of his actions, Brock feels remorseful and is looking to atone. This is a very fitting narrative for Venom's character and will be an interesting exploration of the villain-anti-hero dynamic. In the latest trailer, Venom can be seen showing off his moves with the ability of assimilation. This will trigger a frenzy for a full turn, making each of his attacks as well as the heroic abilities have the quick keyword. This allows players to draw another attack or heroic ability card every time an enemy gets taken out. This marks the second DLC of 4 for Midnight Suns, which adds 10 new hero abilities, new story missions, a new Abbey upgrade, and new cosmetics. The downloadable content is part of the Season Pass, which adds other fan favourite characters such as Deadpool, Morbius, and Storm. The upcoming tactical RPG game Miasma Chronicles from the developers of Mutant Year Zero has gotten some new pre-alpha gameplay footage. The 17-minute video shared by the developers, the Bearded Ladies, took a look at the game running in standard difficulty as well as taking on the light tactical combat option. We get to see the main character's Elvis and his trusty sidekick robot Diggs explore the area around the miasmic wall. Elvis is desperate to get through using his glove as his mother lies trapped on the other side. Unfortunately, his attempts are thwarted as his glove overheats and is set on fire. On their way back to town, they encounter creatures that resemble frogs or amphibians that walk on 2 feet. These enemies are not to be trifled with as they are aided with bows and can even jump to the 2nd floor of buildings. The gameplay system introduces the cover system, which players will need to utilize to take out foes. Each turn allows each hero 2 action points per turn. What's most impressive about the footage shown is the highly detailed world exploration, which is done in real time. Elvis scavenges for useful materials as well as upgrades such as scopes in the post-apocalyptic aftermath. There are also some quirky looking characters such as the mayor, who is just a head in a mechanical jar. Miasma Chronicles is expected to be released sometime in 2023 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Adding some more tactical RPG flavour to our news this week, a final launch trailer for Redemption Reapers was unveiled. The game is releasing later this month and is directed by Fire Emblem alumni Masayuki Horikawa. The trailer shows Sarah, a rescued orphan raised by the Ashen Hawk Brigade, attempting to comfort a newly rescued boy, Naki. Now she fights as one of the brigades, becoming a saviour. We see a group fight in a tactical battle against the big threat called the Mort, a macabre evil that has massacred the Inissa village. It introduces some of the characters and previews some of the grid-based battlefields that characters will meet along the way. The gameplay footage is a mix of cutscenes, comic-style dialogue, and isometric combat. There's also a peek at some animated follow-up attacks which end the Mort in style. Be prepared to cross swords with multi-armed evils by planning battle formations right for the job. Redemption Reapers will be unleashing on February 22nd for PC, Switch, and PlayStation 4. Well, that's it for the Week in the Wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.